Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. And this bulletin is coming to you live from the Joy 99.7 FM studios, Kokomlemle in Accra, at digital address GA0993341. Also live on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi, affiliates across the country, including Pad FM in Dalmongo, Jubilee FM in Keta, and Sunshine FM in Boko. It's on ABN Radio in London and around the world at myjoyonline.com. The news is brought to you by UMB Bank, UMB Speed Up, Digibank, Let's Go, SuperSem, Build Your Dream, and Teleso 4G, just a touch. In this edition, 7 suspects arrested in connection with the killing of police personnel, including suspects in Gomwa Budumburam incident, appear before Kaneshie District Court. We'll get details live from our reporter on the ground. Meanwhile, family of late Lance Corporal Awao calls for corporal's punishment for Gomwa Budumburam police killers.
Punishment meted to people committing such kind of crime is not proportionate. When you are in the condition that I am in, you will call for capital punishment.
Now, counter-terrorism police launch investigations to track about 60 AK-47 assault rifles suspected to have been illegally procured and sent to northern Ghana following arrest of 2 persons negotiating to buy more.
They were buying this weapon to advance their criminal activities and to cause insecurity. They are presently in custody and investigation is underway.
We have details of an operation which led to the retrieval of one of the AK-47 rifles at a house in Ablekuma in Sakina. Now, kidnapped and sexually abused, will tell you the chilling story of an 18-year-old lady at Aflao in the Volta region who is battling scars from a 4-month torturous experience at the hands of her captors.
They usually beat me with planks when they want to have sex with me every day. I don't like the way I'm feeling and I don't want someone else to go through that same pain. I wish that justice should be prevailed.
We have details as the 2 self-styled pastors are prepared for court later this morning. In sports,
with the European transfer window closing today, Black Stars captain Andrew Ayew has confirmed he's staying at English Championship side Swansea City.
And later, we've got just 4 days to the biggest gospel event in the country. Adum Praise and the Vuvuma Hitmakers Bethel Revival Choir are promising a night of ultimate fun.
The summit brought together development professionals and players.
We apologize for that. We have all that and more coming up here on the Midday News with me, Emefa Apau. And 7 suspects arrested in connection with the killing of police personnel, including the suspects in Gomwa Budumburam incident, have been brought before the Kaneshie District Court today. It is not clear what charges have been preferred against the 7, but as you know, the prime suspect linked to the killing of 2 policemen on traffic duties at Gomwa Budumburam last Wednesday, Eric Dia, was arrested by police at Atimpoku on Saturday morning as he attempted fleeing to the Volta region. ACP David Eklu is Director General Public Affairs for the Ghana Police Service. He confirmed the arrest to Joy News. We'll hear from him shortly, but let's quickly go live to the ground and speak to Joseph Akable, who is at the Kaneshie District Court, for an update on the situation. We don't have Joseph just yet, but Joseph is preparing to speak to us shortly on this issue, because we know that 7 suspects have been brought before the Kaneshie District Court just a while ago, and that include Eric Dia, the man who is suspected to have shot the 2 policemen at Budumburam last week, and Joseph will give us all the details. My colleague also, Maxwell Agbagba, has some details also that he will give us. But relatives of one of the police officers who were gunned down by armed men in Gomwa Budumburam are calling for capital punishment for the killers. Lance Corporal Mohammed Awal was the only male of his parents' 8 children and was laid to rest over the weekend in the Ashanti region town of Ibuakwa. He and a colleague, Sergeant Michael Jamesi, were shot and killed on traffic duty last week by armed men on board an unregistered Toyota Corolla car. Lance Corporal Awal's family, who remain in shock over his death, warns killers of their relative dead, as 4 suspects in killing remain in police custody. Abdul Fattah is the cousin of the late Lance Corporal Awal Mohammed.
I'm only hoping and praying that those perpetrators will be brought to book. And we are also asking the law implementation agencies, including the court, that sometimes we feel that when we have the pain, the punishment meted to people committing such kind of crime is not proportionate to the cause of problems they are causing by that action, like the way they brought my brother down. So we think that we have to revisit the punishment. And we also hope that capital punishment, which everybody we are against, but when you are in the condition that I am in, you will call for capital punishment for people who commit such kind of a crime. Perhaps that person's education is not up to our. That person has not gone through the training that Owl have gone through. That person has not served society like the way Owl has done. But he has that audacity in one afternoon to bring this man down, leave the kids around there, leave the wife there, put burden on us. And somebody will go to court and you have a lawyer there, even bold enough to ask of even bail on this circumstance. Even when this man is put behind bars, nobody will ask that. Let's assume I'm not pronouncing judgment, but in case it is proven, he will be there eating public funds after putting down a public officer.
Abdul Fattah was a cousin of the late Lance Corporal Awal Mohammed, who was gunned down last week at Gomwa Budumburam. Well, let's head to that area because Maxwell Agbagba is there where the prime suspect was resident before the incident. He joins us on the line now. So, Maxwell, what have you gathered from where you are?
Well, the suspect, from what we are seeing and where we are right now, the suspect lives in a one-story building. From those I've been speaking and interacting with people who live in the community, they say that they believe that he owns that one-story building. His structure or his room is actually locked at this point, but there are some tenants in the house who are going about their normal duties. But before we got to his residence, we saw his motorbike shop, where he sells motorbikes and has been doing motorbike repairs as well in an area very close to Budumbram. Two of the people who are being named as his accomplices now, who were also occupants of the vehicle, we are told are actually his workers who usually help him to do motorbike repairs and also sell motorbikes, MFR.
But I'm sure you've been interacting with some residents, so those who will speak to you on record and off record. What exactly have they been telling you? What's the feeling like? What's the sentiment?
Well, a lot of them are saying that they are surprised that this incident actually happened, and he's been named as the prime suspect. Some of the people I've been speaking to here at Gomwa Budumburam are saying that, there are instances where people get on the wrong side of the law, they get into trouble with the police, and he would volunteer and sometimes help to get bail, for these people. A lot of them I've been speaking to have described him as a good man, and they never expected that he will be caught up in a situation like this.
Well, but did they say what they want done in this situation?
Well, a lot of them, because they've been, they know him as a good man. A lot of them are finding it difficult, to talk about what they think should be done to him. But two people I spoke to want, justice to be served.
My colleague Maxwell Agbagba from Gomwa Budumburam, where Eric Dia, the suspect, was resident. But over the weekend also, Maxwell went to the Strong Living Fire Church in Dansiman, and that's where we are told Eric Dia, worships. And some of them, the leaders, say they are shocked by the actions of one of their members who has been named as the prime suspect linking to the killing of two policemen on traffic duties at Gomwa Budumburam. We can hear Maxwell Agbagba's report.
It is Sunday morning at a Strong Living Fire Ministry International. One of the pastors here is leading the congregation to pray. Some of the members tell me conspicuously missing at church is Eric Kojoduya, the prime suspect involved in the shooting of two policemen at Gomwa Budumburam in the central region. Mother of the suspect, Elizabeth Boatin of blessed memory, is the founder of the church. She has been buried in a corner on the church premises.
Church service just ended here at a Strong Living Fire Ministry International. Well, a lot of the prayers here have focused on how the church can grow beyond what is happening to it now. I've been speaking to the administrator of the church, Stella Brown, who says the church is shocked by the incident that happened sometime last week.
I don't know which words to use to describe our late mother. And as you can see, all the guys in this church are on fire for Christ. Because knowing Mama Lizzie, you can't sit there and do something that is contrary to what the Bible teaches. And she's a mother. And I know for sure that even if Eric was misbehaving at home or something, he won't spare, he's grown. So I can't say the rod, but he will talk about it.
She says The leadership of the church is still shocked by the incident and are still discussing how to extend help to the suspect.
I'm very sad about the situation. It's so heavy. Our hearts are heavy, as you can see when you came to fellowship with us. There's no joy in the house, although as a church we should be joyful and all that. It has really weighed us down. So as leadership, we are going to meet and discuss how best the church can also help him. Since the mother was the founder of this church, we cannot leave him like that. We can help him, whether to get a lawyer for him to talk to him and tell us exactly what happened. Because right now we don't even know where he is. We can't tell where he is, and nobody is telling. We were surprised because he came to church on Sunday. Yeah. He was here till we closed around this time. He picked even some of the elders with the car, and they went. So we didn't see anything, unusual about him for us to believe that he can do that.
You heard the Maxwell Agbagba's report. Now, I'm sure by now you know that there's some sitrep information going around on social media, and it's supposed to be coming from the police, we're told, but that has not been verified just yet. And amongst others, is talking about Eric Dua's testimony or, account that he gives to the police. And head of security desk, Gifty Andrew-Appiah, joins me in studio with it. Tell us a bit more about this sitrep that we're picking up.
It's a purported confession by Eric Dua that's making rounds on social media, and it goes on to talk about how he shot somebody earlier because there was information previously as well regarding the fact that he had used his firearm before, and it had been seized, but then it was returned to him. So this is purported confession going around on social media saying that he shot the person because the people tried to attack him, and so he was in self-defense. Also, he speaks about how he paid 1,000 cedis to get back the pistol, which was taken back from him. And then he talks about how a police officer helped him as well to escape in Kaswa, and then helped him to hide in Adenta, and subsequently advised him to place a plaster on his face as a way of disguising himself when he, we're told, tried to flee to Togo. So all of that information is contained in this piece of write-up that's going around on social media, but the police says to disregard this. However, the police also says that they're going to investigate the matter, and all of the things that he said in there, whichever police officer helped him with his activities to hide, etc. They're going to be investigating all of these.
Okay, so we cannot confirm whether this is indeed the official confession from Eric Dua, but the police says they are going to investigate that.
Yes, we cannot confirm because it's not coming from any official channel within the police service. These are information just being spread across social media, but the police says to disregard it. In fact, some of the police officers believe that it's an attempt to incite the police against one another. They believe it's an attempt by people within Eric Dua's camp to incite the public against the police, especially when an investigation is ongoing, to preempt sort of or to jeopardize the investigation somehow. So the police says they're going to investigate this matter.
Gifty, thank you very much. That's Head of Security Desk here at Joy News. Gifty Andrew-Appiah still working her sources, and as and when we get any other information, we'll let you know. But before we move on to some other issues though, let's go back to the Kanishi District Court, where we told you that 7 suspects have been brought before the court, and my colleague Joseph Akable, court correspondent, joins us on the line. Joseph, what do we know? Are these 7 suspects, and who are they, and what charges have been preferred against them?
So first, the individuals. So there is Eric Kojodua, who has been named as the first accused person. There is also Isaac Isiama, there is Ibrahim Zakaria, Isaac Mensa, Oblete Komi, Victor Ire, and Fatau Ahmed. And these are the 7 individuals that have been slapped with charges including murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and abetment to commit murder. According to ASP Sylvester Asari, investigations have commenced into this particular matter. So they asked that the court remands them into police custody pending further investigation. In fact, he asked for specific facilities where they could be kept. And so for the first 2 third accused persons, they asked that they be kept at the BNI headquarters because it says if they are kept at Nsawam, it will mean that the police investigators will have to travel quite a distance to get access with them, especially when investigations at a stage where they are required to meet and interact with them many times. While for the remaining 4, he asked that they be kept at Osu, which is a facility under the police headquarters, and so the court granted that, remanding them into the custody of the police. The case has meanwhile been adjourned to September 26, and so this is by way of information in terms of those who have been charged and where they are to be kept till 26 September.
But Joseph, a quick clarification though. So all 7 suspects are in connection with the killing of the 2 policemen at Gomwa Budumburam.
That is so, MFA.
Okay, but how are they looking though, especially Eric Dia?
In fact, when they came into the courtroom, they were asked to sit somewhere initially at that particular place where Mr. Dia was sitting. I could see him. He sat, he put his hand on his thighs and put his head in his palms. And so he was not raising his head. He was looking downwards all throughout until they were asked to move to another place. That is when I saw him lift his head. There was another accused person, one Oblete Komi, who in the course of proceedings I saw shake his head, looking downwards and shaking his head. So in terms of their demeanor, I must say that some of them look a bit distraught, I must say, while others, it's difficult to pick emotions from how they look.
But were they represented in court?
No, in fact, that the judge made that point, and that is why she said she doesn't want to remand them into facilities that will not be known. And so she asked that they ask specifically where they will be kept, so that once they're able to secure the services of legal representation, their lawyers can come up to either the Osu prison facility where they have been kept, or the BNI headquarters where Mr. Dia and 2 others will be kept, to make it easier for them to confer with their legal representatives.
We're grateful. That's Joseph Akable from the Kanishi court there. But investigators from the police counter-terrorism unit are tracking the shipment of some 59 AK-47 assault rifles from Accra to Wale Wale in the northeast region. 3 men have already been arrested in a special operation carried out at Ablekuma in Sakina in the Greater Accra region, where 2 members of a highly networked syndicate said to be buying weapons and sending them to the north of Ghana were arrested. Fred Smith is a member of the security desk here at Joy News and was embedded with a special operations squad from the police counter-terrorism unit. Here's his report.
Operations of the syndicates were discovered by the counter-terrorism police following weeks of intelligence gathering and monitoring. On Friday, August 30, the heavily armed operations squad, numbering 10, laid siege at a house at Ablekuman Sakina as some men negotiated the sale of an AK-47 assault rifle in that facility. It is one of many which have happened there. Director of Operations at the Accra Region Police, ACP Kwesifori, who spoke to Joy News after the operation, did not give further details about the syndicate, but said investigators are keeping an open mind and will follow all credible leads.
They were buying this weapon to advance their criminal activities and to cause insecurity. And therefore, the police are now investigating. Will not go further until we conclude our investigations. They are presently in custody and investigation is underway. We will put them before court soonest.
The counter-terrorism squad initially arrested 4 persons, but is currently focusing on 2 who are said to be key members of a very dangerous arms smuggling syndicate. The members of the syndicate have already bought and sent 59 AK-47 rifles to Wale Wale in the northeast region, a part of the country which has seen violent conflicts in the past, leaving many dead and properties destroyed. In June, the leader of a notorious cross-border arms smuggling syndicate, arrested by the Nigerian counter-terrorism police, confessed that they obtained their supplies from Ghana and Burkina Faso, raising concern about the extent of arms proliferation within countries in the West African sub-region.
Fred Smith's report there. We'll take a quick break here on the Midday News. When we return, kidnapped and sexually abused, we'll tell you the chilling story of an 18-year-old lady at Aflao in the Volta region who is battling scars from a 4-month torturous experience at the hands of her captors.
They usually beat me with planks when they want to have sex with me every day. I don't like the way I'm feeling and I don't want someone else to go through that same pain. I wish that justice should be prevailed.
My name is Kwame Sefakai, and most of you know me as a media personality, but I am also a family man. The UMB mobile banking app, UMB Speed App, saves me so much time by letting me do almost all of my banking transactions on my phone. The cardless withdrawal feature allows me to withdraw cash from any UMB ATM without an ATM card. I can also pay bills, transfer money, request for a loan, invest money, and so much more. So now, I can spend less time at the bank and more time with the ones I love. Bank anywhere and anytime with a UMB mobile banking app, UMB Speed App, and get the time to do what you love most. Download the UMB Speed App from your Android, iOS, or Windows phone today. Call 0302-633-988 for more information. UMB Speed App, Digibank, let's go!
Kremasa, Ghana, so we pay correct medicine pa. And you make us super. Me a super medicine ankasa. Because our job no enye better. They won't see how beautiful and high quality your work is. That be what them they use believe you. That be why me too. It be only super cement at the use. Cement mu cement. Cement papa pa. Inti me cranks in from me cause super. Because me the super cement and dimity cra.
Super cement is designed to ensure that your buildings stand strong for generations. Build with Supersem Cement. Build your dream. Build.
It's a good time for sports here on the Midday News. Benedict Owusu has the very latest. Benedict?
Yes, sir. The European transfer window was shut today, and Black Stars skipper Andre Ayew has confirmed he will stay at English Championship side Swansea City. Now, Andre is back at the club after a loan spell in Turkey with Fenerbahce. He's been brilliant for the side so far as they occupy top spot in the English Championship. He spoke to the Swansea City media, and I quote, "I'll be honest, and I have had a number of offers from some major clubs abroad. The club was aware of the options, but made it clear they wanted me to stay, and I want to stay." So those are quotes from Andre Ayew. And away from Andre, the former GFA vice president and now an aspirant for the FA top job, Fred Papo, says it will be unwise to sack under contract Black Stars coach Kwesi Appiah. Now, according to him, leaving coach Appiah to work till his contract runs out in December makes economic sense.
I know say contract would end in December. Me, my point, I haven't seen details of the contract, but I'm sure say with every normal contract, say you will be forced to pay quite a lot of money as compensation or whatever it is to the party. You will be forced to pay quite a lot of money to the party that you are whose contract you are terminating. Compensation, I don't know, but the compensation could be in any range. It could be up to the number of months in terms of payment of salary and so many other things. The question I ask myself, say, do we really feel, say, we don't like Kwesi Appiah to the extent that we'll be prepared to spend that much money to sack him and let him go, instead of waiting for him to hang on there until December when the contract ends? That's I believe my position is that let his contract run out. When his contract runs out and you still think you need another coach, you can open up for others to apply, including Kwesi Appiah himself.
All right, so that's former GFA Vice President Fred Papo speaking there. Now, Black Queens are in action tomorrow against Gabon at the Accra Stadium. It is the second leg of the Olympic qualifier. In the first leg away, Ghana won 3-0. So, MFA, we have to make it a point to be at the Accra Stadium to cheer the ladies to victory. Also, Virgil van Dijk, the big Virgil van Dijk, has been named as a finalist in the Best FIFA Football Awards along with Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. And for the managers or the coaches, Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola, Liverpool's Jurgen Klopp and Tottenham's Mauricio Pochettino are the final three of the Men's Coach of the Year award. And the winners will be announced in the ceremony in Milan on September 23. That's your sport.
Thank you very much, Benedict. Now, she was kidnapped in April 2019 by two men who sought refuge in her mother's home. 18-year-old Precious, not her real name, says she was sexually abused nearly every day while in captivity for 4 months. But that was not all. Her captors compelled her to take concoctions to abort the pregnancy that resulted from the multiple sexual assaults. Komla Adom and Ivy Setoji have more in the following report.
They usually beat me with planks when they want to have sex with me every day.
The pain of an 18-year-old girl kidnapped from a plow and raped multiple times by two men posing as destitute pastors on a mission from Nigeria. For 4 months, Precious, not her real name, was subjected to sexual abuse by her captors, who who baited her with a snack.
My mom instructed us to go and get the pizza. When we went, they gave me malt before getting to where we'll buy the pizza, and I drank it. I never knew what was happening anymore around me.
This is all she could remember after having the drink.
I was found in a room, naked, and I was bleeding. They took a picture of me naked, and they showed it to me that if I eventually decide to tell anybody, that they will send the picture viral.
After weeks of being held and abused, she got pregnant.
Then they gave me a drink. When you take it, your stomach gets very hot and you started feeling very bad. What I want is that justice should be served.
Her mother narrates how her act of kindness to offer the self-styled pastors a home opened her family up to the incident.
The first day they came, they were smelling like people that came out from prison. I clothed them. If I did not brought them in my house for helping them, my virgin daughter will remain virgin.
Precious sums up her experiences. As she spoke to me, tears rolled down her cheeks.
I don't like the way I'm feeling, and I don't want someone else to go through that same pain. I wish that justice should be prevailed so that at least I can have a better life again.
According to her foster father, Dr. Missile Nunu, a collaboration with some young people in Aflao led to the rescue of a girl from a hideout.
You heard the Komladum and Ivy Setoji's report. Now, Joy News is learning that investigations into the breaches in the concession agreement of the power distribution services has been concluded and ready to be presented to President Akufo-Addo. 2 teams were tasked to probe allegations of contractual breaches between government and PDS. The teams were sent to Qatar and the United States for the probe. Now, the suspension of the agreement with PDS led to ECG temporarily resuming its operations, and we are told that that investigation has been concluded. And Raymond Akwa has details of it. What do we know?
So we know that indeed the investigations have been concluded, and we understand that the Energy Ministry and other stakeholders will be meeting on it in the course of the week, pending the presentation of a report to the President and the relevant stakeholders at the Millennium Development Authority too.
Well, but even before we get details of that report, though, PDS says it has reduced power outages since it took over, right?
Yes, a report from PDS indicated that the average number of power outages a customer experiences from March to June 2019 has actually been reduced from what used to be 23.17 times to 18.43 times. This is some 20.5% improvement in the situation. The other improvement we understand is also in the area of revenue collection. Okay. And in that area, they understand that they've collected, and this has increased by 4.8%. They've collected 1.86 billion from March to June this year, compared to a lower figure for the same period last year.
Let's go get that report then. Raymond, thank you very much. Now, if you can speak ever, this question is not for you. For the rest of you, have you ever wondered and asked yourself how many ever songs you can sing without tripping? Well, I'm sure that if you can sing more than 2, then it's probably because of the Bethel Revival Choir. I'm sure one song certainly comes to mind. Well, this choir will be thrilling patrons at this year's Adum Praise. You're wondering why? You should be there. Nancy Emefa Jadusi has the answers.
President Akufo-Addo there in 2017 singing the popular Ewe song Akpemia Danamau. But lately, there seems to be a new preference.
Vovole, 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 vovole. De la Yesu tobenye.
This has become the newest favorite for many, and though they may never understand the words, they are always ready to dance to it. The Bethel Revival Choir has been the new face of Ewe music, bagging awards including the Gospel Act of the Year at the 3 Music Awards. Guess what? They will be live at the Perez Dome this Friday for Adum Praise.
You should be there. You're not coming there to just enjoy the music. You're coming to experience God.
Yeah.
Yes, through music. And so come dance all your troubles away.
How are you guys appearing on Friday?
Traditional.
Oh, for my way,
Well, we can't wait for Adum Praise this Friday. It's happening at the Paris Dome. We'll tell you more about it. You can get your tickets now. But then, listen to this quickly.
If you look at our political systems, it empowers envy and jealousy. But if you look at people like Zoom Lion and others, Zoom Lion is a Ghanaian. But every government that has come will go after Zoom Lion because they don't understand why a Ghanaian should make it that big. So they prefer to cut deals with foreigners and let foreigners come in, take our inheritance, and give us crumbs and peanuts rather than to make deals with a Ghanaian. So any government that comes, they'll tell them that this man is MPP or this man is NDC. He's an enemy of our party. Pull him down.
Words of the General Overseer of Action Faith Chapel International, Archbishop Duncan Williams, and that's trending on social media. Maps, what are people saying about it?
All right, at Nana 2, Gaia says, men of God that we respect must be well informed about issues before they pass such sweeping comments. At Prince Kobe says, true talk, we are looking for foreigners while we can do it. At Jacobi Ibn Chambers says, the truth is bitter. This is what we are lacking. We lack the men to say it as it is. And Michael Tremonting says the truth hurts. Let's reason. And yeah, that's what people are saying on social media and on Facebook. Joy News on TV is the handle. And of course, we are getting ready to clean Ghana. Is the Joy Clean Ghana campaign. Look out for it. We'll tell you more in our subsequent bulletins. I am Emefa Apau. There's more news when you log on to myjoyonline.com. Have a good afternoon.